Okay, so the first thing we got to do is get this into some kind of format that we can use the quadratic formula on. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to distribute my x here. So x to x is going to give me x squared. X to my 6 is going to give me plus 6x. And then we're going to have our plus 2 equals 0. Now, let's talk about the quadratic formula in and of itself. So here's the formula. X equals minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now, put that in your notes, okay? So the coefficient in front of the x is our a. The coefficient, or our x squared term is our a. The coefficient in front of the x, the plain old x, is our b. And the one that has no variable is our c. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take those numbers and we're going to put them in this formula. Okay, so x equals negative b. So that would be a negative 6 plus or minus the square root of 6 squared, okay, b squared, minus 4 times a, which in this case is a 1, and c, which in this case is a 2. And then we're going to put that whole thing over 2 times a, which is a 1. Okay, so now let's work it through. So x equals negative 6 plus or minus the square root of 36. And then we're going to do minus 4 times 1 is 4 times 2 is 8. And then we're going to put it all over 2. We're going to work that one down. So negative 6 plus or minus the square root of 36 minus 8. So 36 minus 8 gives me 28. That's not a perfect square. Oops, 28 all over 2. But let's break that square root of 28 down over here. So the square root of 28 is the same thing as the square root of 4 times the square root of 7, which becomes 2 times the square root of 7. Okay, we're going to put that over here. So we're going to put 2 times the square root of 7 in here. So that leaves us with negative 6 plus or minus this over 2. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm coming over here to work. So we have a negative 6 plus 2 times the square root of 7 over 2. I'm going to factor out a 2 on the top. So that's going to leave me with negative 3 plus the square root of 7 all over 2. And our 2's are going to cancel out. So our final answer is negative 3 plus the square root of 7 for that one. But we had plus or minus over here. So we're going to do it again. But this time we're going to have negative 6 minus 2 times the square root of 7 over 2. And again, we're going to factor out a regular 2, a positive 2 is what I should have said, minus 3 minus the square root of 7 is what we're left when we factor that out, all over 2. And again, our 2's cancel. So our final answer becomes negative 3 minus the square root of 7. So notice you have 2 answers, 2 final answers, because we had a plus or minus right here. And so that would be your answer for this equation.